Hello everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to introduce our topic, HTML overview. On this first slide, I just want to give you a quick glimpse of what we'll be exploring. We'll look at the basics of HTML, its structure, and how it forms the foundation of web development. So let's get started and dive into the world of HTML. Let's take a quick look at the contents we'll cover today. First, we'll explore what HTML actually is and why it's the foundation of all web pages. Then, we'll move on to HTML tags, which are the building blocks of HTML documents. We'll discuss the structure of these tags and how they work together to create a web page. We'll also look at empty tags, which are self-contained and don't have closing counterparts. Understanding attributes of tags is important because they add extra information and control how tags behave. Comments in HTML are useful for leaving notes without affecting how the page looks or functions. Next, we'll review the basic structure of an HTML document, which is essential for creating well-formed web pages. Heading tags are important for organizing content and making it accessible. We'll see how to create lists, both unordered and ordered, which help in structuring information clearly. And finally, we'll touch on some of the special tags like, and, which serve specific purposes in HTML. All of these points come together to give you a comprehensive understanding of HTML, setting a solid foundation for your web development journey. All right, let's talk about what HTML actually is. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's the standard language used to create web pages. Think of HTML as the foundation of any website you visit. It provides the structure and organization. Now, within HTML, we use something called tags. These tags are like labels that tell the browser how to interpret different parts of your content. For example, headings, paragraphs, lists, tables, all of these are marked up with specific tags. They help define the different sections and elements on a page. It's important to remember that browsers don't actually display these HTML tags to us. Instead, they read the tags and then show us the content that's labeled by those tags. So, when you see a web page, you're only seeing the visual content, not the underlying code. Another key point is that HTML is not case-sensitive. That means whether you write the tags in uppercase, lowercase, or a mix, the browser will still understand them correctly. This flexibility makes coding a bit easier since you don't have to worry about the case. All these concepts tie into the bigger picture of web development. Understanding HTML is essential because it's the backbone that supports the entire web page. It's what allows developers to structure content effectively and ensures that websites are both functional and accessible. Let's talk about HTML tags. These are keywords that are always surrounded by angle brackets like this. They are the building blocks of HTML. Most of the time, HTML tags come in pairs, meaning you have an opening tag and a corresponding closing tag. For example, you might see P to start a paragraph and then /P to end it. The first tag in this pair is called the start tag or opening tag, and it marks the beginning of an element. The second tag, which is the same word but with a slash in front, is called the end tag or closing tag, and it signals the end of that element. It's really important to always remember to properly close every tag you open. Failing to do so can cause display issues or errors in your web page. So, when you're writing HTML, keep in mind that most tags are paired, and closing your tags correctly is key to creating well-structured, functional web pages. This concept ties into the overall theme of understanding how HTML structure works, which is fundamental to building effective websites. Let's take a closer look at the HTML tag structure. When we talk about HTML tags, we're essentially referring to the building blocks of any web page. Each tag has a start, content, and an end. The start tag marks the beginning of an element, and it usually consists of the tag name enclosed in angle brackets, like div or p. The content is what goes inside the tags, the actual text or other HTML elements. Finally, the end tag signals the conclusion of the element, and it's written with a slash before the tag name, like /div or /p. Understanding this structure is key because it helps us see how HTML elements are nested and organized. It's like a container system. Start tag opens it, content fills it, and the end tag closes it. This simple pattern is fundamental to creating well-formed HTML documents that browsers can interpret correctly. Connecting this to the overall theme, mastering the tag structure is essential for building clear, effective web pages. It's the foundation that allows us to structure content properly, making sure everything displays as intended. Now let's talk about empty tags. These are tags that don't have an ending tag, which is a bit different from what we usually see. An example of this is the line break tag, which is written simply as BR. The purpose of this tag is to insert a line break somewhere on your web page, making your content more readable and organized. It's important to recognize that these tags are self-contained, meaning they don't need a closing counterpart. This can simplify your code and make it cleaner, especially when adding elements like line breaks or horizontal lines. Understanding empty tags is a key part of mastering HTML because they help you control the layout without cluttering your code with unnecessary closing tags. Remember, they are essential tools for creating a more structured and visually appealing web page. Let's take a closer look at the attributes of tags. When we talk about tags in HTML, there are two main parts to consider: the start tag and the end tag. The start tag is what opens the element, and it typically includes the element name along with any attributes. The end tag, on the other hand, closes the element and signals that the content inside is complete. Understanding these two components is crucial because they define the boundaries of each element on the page. The start tag sets the stage, and the end tag wraps things up. Remember, attributes within the start tag can specify additional details, like styles or identifiers, which influence how the element behaves or appears. Connecting this to the overall theme, knowing the attributes of tags helps us write cleaner, more effective HTML. It also enables us to control the structure and presentation of our web pages more precisely. This foundation is essential as we move forward and build more complex layouts. Let's talk about comments in HTML. First, you'll notice the tags comment start and comment end. These are used to mark the beginning and end of a comment in your code. Comments are not displayed on the actual web page, so they are invisible to visitors. Instead, they serve as helpful notes or explanations for anyone reading or editing the code later. They are especially useful for describing what specific sections of your code do or for leaving reminders. Overall, comments are a vital part of writing clean, understandable HTML, and they help keep your code organized and easier to maintain as your project grows. Now, let's talk about heading tags, specifically H1 through H6. These are essential tools for structuring your content and making it more readable. Think of them as the outline of your document or web page. They help organize information hierarchically. H1 is typically reserved for the main title, the most important heading, while H2 through H6 are used for subheadings and finer divisions. Using these tags correctly not only improves clarity for your readers, but also enhances accessibility and SEO. Remember, the key is to use them consistently and logically, so your content flows naturally and is easy to navigate. This method of organization ties directly into the overall theme of effective content structuring that we've been exploring. Let's take a closer look at this slide. Here, we see a heading 2, which highlights the main topic we're focusing on today. Moving to heading 5, this pinpoints a more specific aspect or key point related to the main theme. Then, heading 6 delves even deeper, providing detailed insights or examples that support our discussion. Now, the preview section offers us a quick overview of what's coming up, so we know what to pay attention to. Throughout this slide, I want you to notice how these levels of headings help organize information clearly, making it easier to understand complex ideas. This structure ties into the overall theme of effective communication and clarity in presenting information. When we break down content into these layers, we make it more digestible for our audience. So, as we go through this, keep in mind how each part connects, building a cohesive understanding. Let's take a closer look at how tags are used to structure content on a web page. First, we have the paragraph tags, which are essential for grouping related text together. The tags add some space before and after each paragraph, which helps improve readability and visual separation. At the end of a paragraph, we include a line break to move the next content smoothly down the page. Moving on to the preview section, we see how the line break tag, or BR, is used to insert a line break within the content, creating a clear visual separation without starting a new paragraph. Additionally, the horizontal line tag, or HR, is used to add a horizontal line across the page, which is great for dividing sections or emphasizing a break in content. Overall, these tags, paragraphs, line breaks, and horizontal lines are fundamental building blocks for organizing and designing web pages. They help us control spacing, separation, and flow, making the content more engaging and easier to follow. Understanding how to use these tags effectively is key to creating well-structured and visually appealing web pages. Now, let's take a look at slide 12, which focuses on unordered and ordered lists. These are fundamental tools in structuring content clearly and effectively. Unordered lists are great when the order doesn't matter, like listing features or options, whereas ordered lists are perfect for sequences or steps that need to be followed in a specific order. Think of unordered lists as bullet points that help break down complex information into digestible parts, making it easier for your audience to follow along. Ordered lists, on the other hand, guide your audience through a process step by step, adding a sense of progression. By mastering both types of lists, you can organize your content in a way that highlights key points, emphasizes importance, and improves overall readability. They're simple yet powerful tools to keep your presentation clear and engaging, connecting seamlessly with the overall theme of effective communication. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key components we've discussed today. First, we see the importance of *** clarity in our communication, which helps ensure everyone is on the same page. Then, there's the value of *** collaboration, emphasizing that working together often leads to better outcomes. We also highlighted the significance of *** adaptability **, which allows us to respond effectively to change and unforeseen challenges. As we wrap up, I want to underscore that these elements, *** clarity **, collaboration **, and adaptability **, are the foundation of successful projects and effective leadership. They connect directly to our overall theme of continuous growth and improvement. Remember, integrating these principles consistently can truly transform the way we work and achieve our goals.